Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today on another Tuesday tip concerning senior care. For those who have just joined us for the first time, we'd love for you to consider to hit the like button below and also consider subscribing. We'd love to be able to hear from you in our comments section, and please tell us if there's a video that you'd like for us to answer a certain question for you. But today we want to talk about assisted living in regards to if a person should still utilize their own physician in the assisted living, or if it's better to consider utilizing the nurse practitioner or the physician that might come into the assisted living. So let's first start with, of course, the primary physician that the person's always had. It's not hard to think about what the benefits would be to retain the physician that the person's always had. That physician's going to know that patient or the resident very well, know a little bit more about their quirks and some things that are really important, maybe in regards to what medicine has worked for them before or not, and things like that. And most importantly, they'll know a very great deal of their medical history. Now that is, of course, the benefit. An even better, more substantial benefit would be if that physician was willing to come on in to the community and see their patient there. That would be the best of both worlds. So one of the things I don't want someone to fall into, though, is to instantly think that they should definitely keep their primary physician when they move into an assisted living. I want to tell you about some of the benefits that there are in possibly switching over to the nurse practitioner or the physician that comes into the community. Now, of course, let's start out with some of the negatives. They won't know the resident or that patient as well as that long-term primary physician had known their patient. But the neat thing in regards to the assisted living is that the nurses in the assisted living are helping the doctor learn more about their new patient. So you've got kind of the best of both worlds in that your physician now comes out to you, or the nurse practitioner comes out to you in the assisted living. And when the physician isn't coming in and there might be a need for a medication change or something going on, the nurse at the assisted living can actually just call the nurse practitioner or physician and let them know what's going on. And quite often that physician, that medical person, will make the change in the medication without someone even having to leave the building or go out to an appointment. A lot of times when, especially during this time of year, it's fall time right now here in Nashville, and in this area, there's a lot of pollen in the air, and a lot of folks start having sinus problems. And in an assisted living, if it's a sinus issue, that can just be alleviated by some type of little medication and not having to go into the physician's office. It's a great benefit. A lot of times going into the physician's office, that's where a lot of sick people are. And this resident might have just had an allergy until they went in, and now they might have caught something that truly will go into some type of illness with a fever. So in regards to considering using a nurse practitioner or a physician in the assisted living, it's one of the benefits is that the family doesn't have to run that resident back and forth, or that resident themselves don't have to worry about getting in the car and driving over or having someone else transport them. But the nurse, typically when they call the nurse practitioner or the physician that typically comes out to the assisted living, the nurse will already have vital signs drawn up for that medical professional to be able to tell them if there's a fever, if there's any crackling sounds in the lungs, or things like that. So the physician can make a determination as to, do they just need to add a little antihistamine or something of that nature, or is there crackling in the lungs? Could they just order an x-ray, a mobile x-ray, to come on out to the community and do the x-ray there, so that, again, the resident doesn't have to go out to their physician or to the hospital. So I hope you'll consider these different points of view. I know that, anytime moving into an assisted living, it's a nerve-wracking thing for someone. It's a life change, and no one truly looks forward to that. But I hope this tip has been helpful to you. Please do, again, hit the like button below. Please do consider subscribing to our channel. And I look forward to answering anything else that you'd like for me to in the future. Thank you. And of course, please do visit us at NashvilleAssistedLivingHelp.com or call us at 615-591-4388. My name is Steve Chapek, and I am the owner and chief advisor over here at Senior Care Advisor Group. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye now.